right, we are following some breaking news right now. Reports that Charlie Kirk was shot while at an event in Utah. He was at Utah Valley University in Orem when bystanders report seeing Kirk shot in his neck during a Q&A session with students. Now, Kirk is a right-wing political activist, author, and media personality. He is the co-founder of Turning Point USA. Julia Manchester with our partners at thehill.com joins us now. Julia, this is absolutely developing as we speak.
It's developing as we speak, but we're already seeing major officials on the Republican side of the aisle weighing in and really offering their prayers for Charlie Kirk right now. Senator Mike Lee from Utah tweeting that he is monitoring the situation, and Vice President J.D. Vance also posting on X, encouraging his followers to pray for Charlie Kirk. Obviously, Charlie Kirk is someone, a very integral part, I would say, of the conservative movement in 2025. You mentioned his group, Turning Point USA. That is a group that is meant to galvanize young conservatives, in particular conservatives on college campuses. That is the draw that Charlie Kirk has to that demographic. But now Charlie Kirk is someone who has been so influential in the conservative movement that he is someone who has the ear of President Trump in many ways. He is seen as a Trump ally. He was on the campaign trail with President Trump back in 2024. Definitely, I think part of, one of those figures that really galvanized young conservative men to come out and vote for President Trump. So a very influential figure. And, this seemingly has taken place at Utah Valley University, a college campus, where Kirk, was likely meeting with students. So we're definitely waiting on those reports, more information to come in. But right now, reports surfacing that Charlie Kirk has been shot and public officials weighing in.
Yeah, and it happened in front of an audience of what appears to be hundreds of students. All right, Julia, thank you. I know you will continue to follow that.
Bro, that shit was Charlie Kirk. That shit was fucked up, bro. Like, I understand that the man says a lot of controversial stuff that you don't agree with, just how in the science-based community, a lot of you guys don't agree with certain things that people say. But like I said before, insulting people, assaulting people, and shooting somebody in the fucking neck because you have a differences in opinion about certain things is fucking wild, bro. Like, the world is so crazy, bro. Like, people resort to violence and potentially taking somebody's life just because they have a difference in opinion, bro. A difference in opinion. Like, you can not like somebody based off their opinion. You can, like, see them in a different light or whatever and, like, have conversations about it. But to shoot somebody in the fucking neck because you have a difference in opinion, bro, I don't know what the fuck is going on in this country, bro. Like, I don't really care for politics too much. I don't really follow Charlie Kirk at all. But no person deserves to be shot because they have a difference in opinion, bro. Like, that shit gotta stop.
It's your boy out on TikTok. There was just a gunshot at Charlie Kirk. We're in Utah. There's a gunfire. This is not a joke. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. It's your boy out on TikTok. There was just a gunfire in Utah. This is not a drill. There is a gunfire in Utah. Shots fired here in Utah. This is not a joke. Charlie Kirk, Outer TikTok, Mormon Central, Utah.
That's the right domain sign. That's the right domain sign.
Breaking. Right-wing activist Charlie Kirk was shot today during his Prove Me Wrong event at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. The university police have confirmed shots were fired. A suspect is in custody and the incident is now under investigation. We'll bring you updates as they emerge.
Great.
There's a real war going on in this world right now. There's a war between those who love God and those who don't. And it's not always fought with just weapons, but it's fought with ideas, values, and ultimately the conditions of our soul. You know, and Charlie, he stood firm on the side of light, even when darkness pressed in around him, even though people told him he was stupid, even though people said, you know, he was an idiot for believing this or idiot for believing that. And what we all need to do now is we need to let his life remind us that our fight is not against the flesh and blood. It's against the spiritual forces. It's against the people that, you know, that claim that they don't love God or that they don't know him. And it's sad, but we all need to kind of take a step back and let his death call us to stand boldly, not only in our faith, but, you know, to God, just like how he did, you know, and never shrink back in the face of evil. Although Charlie's earthly race is finished, you know, his testimony continues, and so must the fight for the truth and the light and the kingdom of God. You know, it's insane. It's insane to think that people would say that this is okay. So saying it's insane. There's people on TikTok right now that are like celebrating it, saying like, yeah, way to go. And that is the exact opposite of what we need to do. You know what I mean? And the thing about Charlie is he didn't just speak about the faith. It was something that was the foundation of his life, like something that he constantly brought up, something that he lived with conviction and with courage. And, you know, that's the quiet strength that reflects your heart. And for him to go out like that, whether you love him or hate him, you know, it's completely uncalled for, completely unnecessary. And it's not the way forward. Because, you know, when George Floyd died, people marched in the street saying like, oh, how this was so wrong, this and that. Now here you have an upstanding citizen, man of God, get shot at his own rally, you know, because he has a different opinion from you. And you know what I'm saying? I'm wondering to see how that side's going to react. You know what I mean? Because the backlash is not going to be good. The backlash is not going to be pretty. And there's going to be a lot of people that will say, but look, you see how it is. You know, first we had that young lady that got stabbed to death on the train. Crickets. Now we got Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated. What are we going to do? How are they going to say? What are they going to say? You know, and that's kind of what I'm looking at. But it's sad, man. It really is. He was a husband. He was a father. He was a man of God. And he just had an opinion that someone didn't like. And they chose to enact violence on him. The videos are gruesome. The videos are brutal. You know, and my heart really does go out to his family. He's not that much older than me. You know, and I look at that and I'm like, wow, you know, this is the price you pay for believing in God. You know what I'm saying? And it's yeah, but it's interesting though too, because that's what they did to Jesus, and he spoke the truth. He spoke nothing but the truth. They killed him in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? They murdered him in cold blood in front of everybody, and you know, they kind of tried to make an example out of Mr. Kirk as well. So my heart goes out to his family. Prayers go out to his family. This is not the way forward. This is not what we need to be doing in order to unite us. And yeah, it's I don't even know what to say really. It's sad. It really is.